We are live.
You're live?
Yes, please.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Digital Skills Orientation for Octave Incorporations Training, Cohort 4. It's a pleasure to have everyone here, and we have a lot planned for you, so we would get right onto it as soon as possible. So, I'm going to be presenting my screen, and we're going to go from there. All right, awesome. So, welcome again to the Digital Skills Training, Cohort 4. And basically, we are going to be telling you all the things you need to know about the training, what the curriculum is all about, the tutors that are going to be teaching you, and also testimonials from an alumni for you to know
Yeah,
what
sorry.
they're
Emmanuel, can you increase your voice a bit? Someone is saying your voice is low.
okay. Is this much better? Can you hear me better?
It's great now.
Awesome. All right, so we are going to be also be having alumni testimonials, and you are going to be hearing from them what they've learned, how what they've learned has improved their digital skills and made them more employable, and basically the whole overview of what they went through in their own training and what we are going to be doing better in this training. So, without much further ado, let's get right into it. As you already know, we are Octave Incorporations, and basically what we are is a digital edtech platform where we go on to teach people and upskill Nigerians and Africans as a whole to help them become more employable and to learn the things that they wouldn't normally learn in a classroom. Our basic foundation is to, teach as many Nigerians and Africans as possible to become uh, more employable people, to make them people that are more in tune with their skills, for them to move with the trends of the world in digital skills and to learn tech skills that are going to revolutionize the world and Africa as a whole. So basically, this digital skills training has been going on for years now, and this is the fourth cohort that we're going to be running, and we are going to be teaching you a whole lot. So what we are going to be going through now is the curriculum walkthrough, which is to tell you the courses that we're going to be having, the people that are going to be teaching you, and basically what you are going to be learning from those two courses too. So, the first course you are going to be having out of two is the graphic design course. And basically, your tutor is going to introduce himself very soon. But these are the things that you are going to be learning from the graphic design itself. You're going to be learning the fundamentals of design, which is basically the rule set and the principles that you're going to follow every time you want to make a design in and of itself. And these things are the things that are going to be in your head over and over again consistently in all the designs that you do work with. And it's just going to make it look better. It's going to make you a better designer, and you're going to be as good as even those that have been working in design for years on end. You'll be learning typography, which is basically the art of types and the art of fonts. You'll be learning which type of fonts to use, the right colors to use with them, the type of fonts that are meant to match themselves. You'll be learning how to do your own fonts, how to create them, how to edit them, how to make them work for the kind of uh, publicity you are going to push. And you also be learning color theory. You're also going to be learning how to use colors, how to mix them, how to make use of them to make your designs evoke better emotions, for them to evoke feelings from people that you're passing the information to, and basically to just make your designs pop and look really good. Then the next thing you'll be learning is how to use the softwares to make these designs come to life. And that is basically Adobe Photoshop and CorelDRAW. Adobe Photoshop is a raster design software. So you'll be learning how to edit images on there, how to manipulate them, how to use them to create designs, how to use them to create things that never seemed possible before you even had any knowledge of it. And you'll also be learning CorelDRAW, and in CorelDRAW basically is a vector design software, and it's going to be used to create illustrations. You're going to use it to create logos. You're going to use it to create drawings. You're going to use it to create posters and flyers and banners and all sorts. And after that, all the skills you're going to be learning from the tools, you're going to be using it to learn brand and identity design, which is basically the art of, branding, brand positioning, brand marketing, and creating logos and identities for companies and brands for them to become more acceptable by the audience, for them to become brands that have better conversion rates, and even for your own personal brands itself. You want to look good so that the people can trust you and have better credibility, and to also get them to buy into your ideas or your products. All of these things will be coming together to have you have a holistic idea of what graphic design is, and for you to be a designer of repute and someone that can be employable in an agency, a design agency, to work for companies, or to even be a freelance designer in and of itself. And the combination of all of that, all of the things you're going to be taught, would now merge together to be your capstone project, which you'll be working with in groups probably, but then you'll be working with groups, and then you would be working on a project that basically sums up all you have learned in the graphic design space. And that is basically all for the curriculum on graphic design. And you'll be hearing from Cyril, who will be telling you about the curriculum for data analytics. So, Cyril, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All
Um,
right, up to you.
all right, thank you very much, Emmanuel. So, I'd like to welcome everyone again to this digital skills orientation for the fourth cohort. So, for the data analytics curriculum, basically the world today, everybody generates a whole lot of data, but the thing is how we get to manage the data we generate. So for the data analytics curriculum, the first things we will be starting out with the fundamentals of data analytics. So this is just going to cover the simple basics, probably definition of terms, yeah, so terminologies, what data analytics is all about, and might also introduce you to a little bit of use case scenarios, and then from there on forth we move straight to statistics. So the statistics is one of the bases of data analytics, or some would say it's like the very important basics of data analytics, because without statistics, you cannot really understand what your data is trying to tell you. So here we will tell you about statistics to give you a measure of central tendency and variation, which will cover the basics of mean, median, mode, and standard deviation and variance, how to interpret um, these values when you have them. We can also get into a little bit of regression, depending on how it goes. And then it should also give you a pretty basic understanding of your data set. So that's one of the main importance of statistics. So it has to do with like a whole lot of collection of data and you being able to, infer what you have out of that data. And then we'll move on to practicalizing. So in as much as we like, we try to learn the theoretical aspect of the whole thing, we try to practicalize it too. So we will start with one of the most common, people say simple, but I don't think it's simple. So one of the most common and very, very important data analytics tool, which is Microsoft Excel. This is the basics. So for everybody who wants to learn data analytics, the basics you have to start with is Microsoft Excel. It might seem very easy at the end, but there are a lot of things you can do with Microsoft Excel. Things that by the time you're done, it will wow you for a very, very long time. So that's one of the tools we'll be using rather, Microsoft Excel. Then from there, we'll move on to Power BI, which is a very, very important reporting tool. It's actually owned by Microsoft. So uh, Microsoft generated this to aid, everyone. So it's a very important tool. It's actually makes it very easier for you to visualize your data. Makes it easier for you to visualize your data. So you have a lot of data set. Say you have like 1,000 data set with 1,000 records, and maybe 10 columns or 10 fields or so, and then you want to easily visualize the data. Power BI can help you do this. In as much as Microsoft Excel can help you do this, Power BI offers you a just simple pattern where all you have to do is just take a particular column to a particular icon, and then another column to a particular space, and then you'd be surprised what you can do with Power BI by the time you're done. It would give you the opportunity to be able to understand the data set in which you have the raw data set where you're seeing 1,000 data set, and then Power BI offers you the opportunity to see it visually, and it's very easy to understand. And when you get to move on, right, and have projects with clients and stakeholders and consultants, Power BI offers you a simple way for your clients, stakeholders, or consultants to easily understand what is going on. Then also we have MySQL. MySQL is it's a query language actually, which allows you to query a lot of data set. So like SQL has to do with databases, and in these databases, the data set can be gotten from literally anywhere. So can be gotten from anywhere. So the database can be, if you've heard of Postgres, SQL, even Oracle, Access, and Microsoft SQL Server. So MySQL offers you the opportunity to literally know how databases work and how to create databases. So if you find yourself in a midst of company, in a company, and your client says, "Oh, my data set is in SQL format," so it's very easy, or it's in a database format, so it's very easy for you to pick up the database you have, load it into any very interesting MySQL tool, and use it to solve your problem. But um, for this particular digital skills orientation, we will be making use of the MySQL. It's called MySQL, so literally known as MySQL Workbench. There are others too, which you can also try out at your own spare time as the course goes on further. And then also we would have Tableau. So Tableau is another tool just like Power BI, a little bit complex though, but it's like Power BI. If you understand the basics of Tableau, and you understand the basics of Power BI, you can literally offer your clients um, useful and tangible insights to whichever data or whatever data they provide with you. Then we'll also move ahead to Python for data analysis, which is a very, very, very important thing. I believe every data analyst should learn, because we try to restrict ourselves to the pretty simple basics such as Excel, Power BI, Tableau. A lot of data analysts don't really use MySQL and Python, but for this course, as we have Python for data analytics, it's going to give you like an in-depth view of how to analyze data using Python as a data analyst. So it will offer you, it will give you how to write the codes necessary to easily get useful insight from a data set. It will show you how to clean data using Python for data analytics. It's going to show you how to manipulate data, and show you how to make plots using Python too. So Python is one of the great tools. It's a very general and useful tool that everybody makes use of these days. And lastly, we would have the project capstone projects. This would require you to be given data sets, and from the data sets you'll be given a specific task, and you'll be told what to do, and from there you would have to use any of these tools you have, and then the knowledge you have learnt from these tools to be able to carry out these projects. Like Emmanuel said, the project might be in groups. The project might also be personally, like individual project or group project. So whichever one or whichever way you find yourself, you just do yourself a favor by learning these few things. Although, so the thing with data analytics is you don't stop learning. So even after this cohort, you can go ahead and be learning every single day. The essence of this is just to improve your skills and also to know that every day you wake up, new technologies are coming out and there are new informations and new developments. So you just try to get yourself abreast with all of this and as time goes on. And I look forward to seeing everyone when the course starts. So thank you very much. So
Thank you very much, Savio. I mean, I'm already convinced to like come for your class at this point because that was super amazing. So, a bit of clarification for everyone that is listening in. We have two different data analytics programs that we are running simultaneously. So, the first one is the standard basic data analytics program, which is going to cover fundamental statistics, Microsoft Excel, Power BI, and MySQL. So that is the basic one that we are running with the graphic design. But then there's also a full stack data analytics program that we're running, and that one will be the one covering Tableau and Python for data analysis too. So there are two different programs, and obviously one is going to be costing less than the other. The basic one will be costing less, and the full stack one will be the one that has everything plus the projects. The basic one will have statistics, Microsoft Excel, Power BI, MySQL, and the projects. So keep that in mind when you're deciding which one you want to go for. But then I would definitely recommend you go for the full stack one because who wouldn't want to learn so much, right? So going forward in our presentation, the next thing is for you to hear from our alumni. It's basically the people who have, attended our programs in the past and basically hear from them and know what they went through and the whole experience, and basically for them to convince you to join in because we are awesome at Octave. So, first off, I have Nengi here. Nengi basically did data analytics on Power BI. So, she will be here to tell us about her experience and why she thinks you should join this next cohort. Nengi, are you with us?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Nengi.
Okay, good afternoon. So my name is Nengi Oika Ojimba. I joined the free training that Octave Analytics held earlier this year for data analytics. So it was less of a training; it was more of working on projects. But even while they gave us projects to work on, they still took out time to share some resources with us to help that were going to help us with the projects that they gave to us to work on. Um, so I happened to join that cohort, and it was simply amazing for something that I got for free. It was simply amazing, right? So imagine you that is going to be paying for the for the program that they have right now. You get so much more. So then we worked in teams, and it helped me to meet other people who were learning like myself, and people who were not just learning but who were also learning from other people. So it was amazing.
Nengi, I think. All right then. Um, Cyril, help me out here. Can you hear Nengi or is it just me?
yeah, I think we lost that there for a bit.
Okay, fantastic. All right. So when we get Nengi back, I guess we'll just have to put her back in. But I think next on the line is Bolan. Bolan attended graphic design uh, bootcamp at the beginning. I think bootcamp 2.0 or 1.0. So Bolan will come explain, you know, his whole experience in the graphic design bootcamp. Bolan, can you hear me? Hi, Golan. Are you with us? Okay. I don't think Golan
Hey,
is with us.
all right.
All right. I think we have Nengi back on now, so Nengi will just continue from where she left off.
All right, that's perfect. I think we have Blessing here. So,
All right, then. I think we're going to Blessing. We'll try our Blessing. Blessing is also one of our students for data analytics. So, Blessing, if you can hear me, just unmute your mic and let's get started. You tell us about your experience and all you learned from your own cohort when you did the training. Blessing, are you there?
I think she is muted. I don't know. Blessing, can you unmute yourself? There is an unmute button there. But Nengi is back though, in case she wants to continue.
All right, then I guess we should have Nengi back on then.
Hi guys, apologies. My internet connection got interrupted. Okay, so the training we had, right? It was fully packed. I learned how to use Power BI from the scratch. It was something I've never encountered before my time with before my time during that training. And during each so we had different projects to work on, and each time they increased the difficulty level to help us learn more and like stress our muscles so we'll grow. And after then I switched jobs, and where I currently work, I've been able to apply what I learned from the training. In fact, from my interview stage for the job I am currently on, they asked me what other skills I had, and I quickly just jumped on, oh, I've been learning data analytics and I've been working with Power BI. So they were like, okay, so show us, they want to see. And then they gave me an analysis to work on, and I worked on it, and they were like, okay, they're impressed, and that with some help I'll get better, because they have like an in-house data analyst where I work. And I started working there. At first I was just doing like my basic role, because I work in customer service, so I was just doing my basic role. And after some time they just told me one day that, oh, that they really want to know what our customers are saying. So that means I had to like pull data from where we work, like our workstation, and I pulled all the data for some months. I cleaned it, and then I presented, right? And when I did that, they were really impressed, because they were like, okay, at least now we can see what our customers are really saying. It's not just, okay, one customer is angry, or one person said they don't want to shop with us again. At least they want to know from the number of people over this period of time, how many people have said this. Is this really significant? And those are part of the things that I learned during this training. And from my time working where I work right now, I've gotten to see that it's not just like every single role will probably need data analytics at some point. You need to show people that you know what you're doing, right? You need to show people that okay, let's say, okay, like for myself now, for example, let's say I work with customers normally. I'm just there to like help them out and tell them, okay, things are going to get better, or maybe, oh, your item is going to get to you soon. But the stakeholders also want to know what's going on, so they want to know where the company is moving to. That's where you come into play, right? So in whatever role that you find yourself, almost every company has data. In short, every single company or organization that is running, they all have data. So you need to find a niche wherever you find yourself. You don't have to wait until you get like the big data analyst role where they are paying you in thousands of dollars. You can start from where you are, right? Start from wherever you find yourself, prove yourself to them, and with time, those same people, they are going to vouch for you for your next job you're going to go for. At least they're going to say, oh yes, when this person was with us, they added value to us. So I'll just encourage you guys, do your best during this training, learn as much as you can. They will also teach you to how to build your LinkedIn profile. Learn as much as you can, network with people. So yeah, that's my testimonial. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Nengi. That was very heartwarming to hear. I'm happy you're doing amazing, and I'm happy we're able to get you to this point where you're at. So it's nice to hear from you, Nengi. Do take care. So we're going to our next alumni. I think Blessing is still on call, so Blessing would be going next. Blessing, are you with us?
I do not think she's here though, but
Okay. I don't think we have Blessing. What about
she's
God?
on she's on the call, but I'm not sure she knows that she's at work or something.
Okay, that's totally fine, I guess. Do you know if we have Ghana on call still?
I do not think so. I do not think so. Let me try and
All
reach
right,
out to
then.
Blessing.
I guess we'll come back to this when we do
Yeah.
have them on call. Next up on the agenda is our training structure. What are we going to be doing? How would this cohort be run? And basically, where are we doing it? When are we doing it? That's all we're going to be letting you know now, so you know, and set your calendar and your timeline, your timetable, and all of that to be available for the training. So basically, we are going to be doing the training uh, online. It's fully online actually. And um, come in, I think we have an issue with our slide. All right, so we're going to be doing the training completely online, and it will be on Zoom and Google Meet, right? Depending on the course you're taking and your facilitator, the course will be completely online, either on Zoom or Google Meet. And it will be only on the weekend. We're going to be having it from the 18th of August to the 19th of October. I think that was a mistake though, because it should be 19th of August. So we're going to be having it from the 19th of August to the 19th of October. 2 months. 2 months basically for the boot camp. And on Saturdays we'll be doing 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's GMT. And on Sundays we'll be doing, I think that's GMT plus one. So keep that in mind if you are not from Nigeria. And on Sundays, we'll be doing 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So that's basically 7 hours a week and 8 weeks for the training. So learners will be grouped and there will be group presentations of the capstone project at the end of the training. So the project aspect where you're going to, work on a full-on project to ensure all the knowledge you've gained for the whole training. You'll be working in groups and you'll be presenting the whole project. It will be fully streamed for people to see what you've worked on, and then certificates will also be given at the end of that presentation. So that is basically all you need to know about, the schedule for the training. So next up is training requirements. basically the things that you're going to be needing or the things we feel you would need for the training in and of itself, right? So for what you need, you'll be needing a laptop and an access to the internet. I don't think there was a need to specify the kind of laptop you would really need, but then I think it goes without saying that you need a fairly decent laptop. That's we're talking 4 gig RAM to 8 gig or upwards. You're talking SSD to make your workings very fluid and very smooth, and basically enough space on it. So anything from 128 gig that should be able to work, and that would help you with your design softwares. I know for a fact that Adobe Photoshop is quite large, not that large, but then large enough that you need a decent enough system to be able to do it. And you need an access to the internet because the program is fully virtual, so you'll be joining online, so you need an access to the internet for that. There will be a WhatsApp group depending on what you're studying for centralized communication. That will be for you to reach out to your tutor, for you to communicate with other people that you're studying with, for you to have group discussions away from the classroom on Saturdays and on Sundays. So you will need to join that group chat for you to have all the necessary information that you need. One other important thing is you need to pay your training fee so that we'll be able to cater for your needs all through the training, because without paying for the fees, it means you're not, you know, fully registered to be attending the training. So please, by all means, do contact Michael or Lashia for payment. I think contact details will be given through emails, so you can always make all of that work. And as Nengi said, it's always going to be intensive and it's going to take a lot from you. So you need a lot of dedication and discipline for you to work in this cohort, basically. And I'm seeing your comment, it's 10 a.m. GMT plus one. So yeah, 10 a.m. WAT. Yeah, I think it's the same thing. I'm not really sure, but I think it's the same thing. So yes, a lot of dedication and a lot of discipline for you to take the training. There are other things you would need, and I think your faculties will be passing that on to you if it's something we missed. But in general, we believe having this four, you are already good enough to go for our training. So up next is basically for you to ask you questions. If you do have them, please by all means do type them in the comment box and I would respond in the next 1 minute. If I don't see any comments, I will assume there isn't one, and then we're just going to wrap it all up by giving you further information on the programs in and of itself. So please, any questions at all from everything that we've done? And those on the back end, if we have Blessing and Bolan available now, please, that would be a good time for them to come up for their own testimonials. So 1 minute, time's ticking. How many members in one team? I think that would be at the prerequisite of the faculty, but then it will be done in a way that suits the project at hand and in a way where everyone should be able to work together and to make it work. If we're having 100 people doing it, then maybe we'll be having 5 people in a team, maybe 10 people in a team. I don't know really. It depends on the faculties that are going to be teaching you. They would decide what works best for the project that they want to give you and by the number of students that they're taking. So I think that will be communicated with you as you go on in the program. Any other questions? All right. I don't think we have any other questions, so we're just going to proceed to the final part of the program. So basically, what we're going to be doing in this final part is going through our flyers and then just recapping all you need to know about the three trainings that are available for you in this digital skills training cohort for organized by Octave Incorporations. So the first program available for you is the full stack data analytics program. As you can see, it's the complete package. So you're going to be learning the fundamentals, Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Power BI or BI, Tableau, statistics, SQL, Python for data analysis, and you'll also be learning how to build your portfolio and also soft skills in terms of presentations like this one and basically LinkedIn optimization. This will be for 3 months and not two, like the basic one. It will be for three and it will be costing you 45,000 in the Naira currency. You'll be starting on the 19th of August, and that is the contact information of Michael and Lashe for you to make more inquiries and most importantly make your payments. So the full stack data analytics is starting on the 19th for 3 months. So you're going all the way to November on weekends alone, Saturdays and Sundays. And these are the things you'll be learning for 45,000 in the Naira currency. The next program available for you would be the Become a Graphic Designer program. That is from the basic uh, Cohort 4 digital skills training. You'll be learning design principles, brand identity. You'll be learning the applications, Corel Draw, and also Adobe Photoshop. You'll be learning how to build your own portfolio on website or maybe design platforms on social media. You also be learning soft skills, presentation, and LinkedIn optimization. This will be costing you 30,000 in the Naira currency, and it will be for 2 months. So this one will be the one ending in October, 19th of October, and you'll be starting on the 19th of August. You can also contact Michael and Lashe for your payments and for more inquiries. The last program we'll be offering is the Become a Data Analytics program, Become a Data Analyst program, and that's the basic version. This is the one that doesn't have Tableau and Python for data analysis. So you'll be learning everything else, but you wouldn't be going into Tableau and Python for data analysis. And this will be costing you the same 30,000 in Naira, 2 months, also starting on the 19th of August. And you can still contact Michael and Lashe for more inquiries too on that. So that pretty much sums up our orientation for you today. I hope you have been convinced and you've gotten all the information you need to make an informed decision on what you are going to be going for and the push you need to make that happen. Now, before we go, I think Cyril has something for us. But then,
So Emmanuel, there's like a question here. So I think
oh,
the person
okay.
asked, is there a way to reschedule classes on one's own term? So the classes can be rescheduled basically for one person, but here's the interesting part of it though. For each classes that will be done, there will be a recording for the class. So if you miss a class, because of whatever you're doing or your time zone, you can come back and find a way to watch the video and catch up on previous lessons. But what you have to do is to be able to watch the video before the next class. So that's it. I'm
Uh,
answering your question though. The person that asked if the classes will be rescheduled. So the thing is, a class cannot be rescheduled on one's own time because we have to follow the time format timing. But here's the thing: if you miss a class, there's a video. Like each classes will have a video recording, so you can come back and watch it. That's what I'm trying to say. Uh, so for
Thank you
every
very
time,
much.
yeah. So that's it. I hope that
Thank you
answers your
very much.
question.
I would like to think it did. I would like to
All
think
right.
it did.
All
So
right.
thank you very much. We can't reschedule classes because our tutors are working and all the students are available too, and we just have to make it work for us. But the best thing we can do is provide video recordings of all the classes. So if you did miss it or if you did miss a part of it, you can always just go back to the recording later on and get the part that you missed and you're good to go. So even if you missed the whole class completely, you can just go to the recording and then maybe go to the group chat for any further questions that you might have because you missed the class. So that's pretty much us looking out for you in case you do miss the class. So, yes, that's pretty much all we have for you for today's orientation. We thank you for being fully present. Okay, we have another question. Cyril, would you mind taking this?
Yeah, so I don't know. You guys said the internet was breaking, so I will I will repeat myself before I answer the next question. Like Emmanuel said, for every class there will be a recording. So if you miss a class, you can come back and watch, the recording. This is and try to watch the recording before the next class so you can catch up. And now, other basic skills that would help in the learning of data analytics. Are they basic skills? Well, I don't think anyone has basic skills, right? Because I have from the cohorts and the past cohorts, and even the girl that shared her experience. One of the people that made her give her testimonial here, right? So I was part of the team that made that happen. So all you need is just your will and desire to want to go through it. Your I feel data analytics is something that is it's very easy. I've mentored like quite a few people, and they ask me if there is any skill. I tell them there is no skill. All you have to do is just pick up a course and start to learn it. So like this first course you have here, all you do is just start to learn. The thing there is, if you have questions, just ask and your questions will be answered. So if you are really looking for basic skills, well, I don't know. If you have a basic knowledge of Excel, that's a very good way to start. Basic knowledge of Excel is a very good way to start. So that's it. Even if you don't have a knowledge of Excel, we'll teach you that too, all the same. So it's not a big deal. Anna Ogbeche, I hope that answers your question.
I mean, I think that was a very nice takeaway from this. He said, if you have any questions, just ask. I mean, that's just brilliant. That's one of the key things in Octave, really. No one is left behind. We just want everyone to be upskilled and to learn and to just develop at their own pace, and we'll be there with you all step of the way. So, if you have any questions, by all means, please just ask. Again, I'm Emmanuel Oyindoye, Managing Director, EdTech, Octave Incorporations, partnered by Innoibong Cyril, who is the team lead for data analytics in Octave Incorporations. Thank you all for being around. Thank you all for listening in. Thank you for your questions. And I want to say thank you for your attendance and also attendance for the training to come. Do have an amazing rest of the day and do take care. Bye.